Afternoon and welcome to the news update at 12 on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun. President Bola Tinubu has received the outgoing president of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Ture, at the State House in Abuja ahead of the official handover of the regional body's leadership. Dr. Ture, who was accompanied by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Shola Enikunlaye, had a closed-door meeting with the president. Details of the meeting were not disclosed. The Gambian diplomat has served as president of the ECOWAS Commission since July 2022, succeeding Ivorian diplomat Jean-Claude Cassabro. The Police Service Commission has handed over 50,000 newly recruited constables to the Nigeria Police Force for training as part of the federal government effort to strengthen security and increase police manpower nationwide. The recruits will undergo training at designated police colleges and other approved institutions across the country. Representing the Inspector General of Police, Deputy Inspector General Isiaku Mohammed said the training will commence simultaneously once funding for the exercise is released. The Police Service Commission said the recruitment was conducted in line with President Bola Tinubu's directive and in accordance with the law. It described the exercise as transparent and expressed confidence that the new officers will enhance policing across the country after completing their training. The Oyo State Police Command has rescued a 17-year-old boy, Daneriel Ajiyaro, who was abducted from Aladere village near Ikoile in Orire local government area. Police Public Relations Officer Ayolade Olainka detailed that security operators combed the surrounding bushes and government reserve forest, forcing the kidnappers to abandon the teenager and flee deeper into the forest. The teenager was rescued on foot after a coordinated search operation involving the police, Amatekun Corps, local vigilante, and hunters. The police assure the citizens that intelligence-led operations are ongoing to arrest the fleeing suspects. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Abimbola Olubenga, commended the Joint Security Team for their professionalism and urged residents to continue providing timely and credible information to support effort to combat crime across the state. A 70-year-old man, Muftau Oladokun, has died in a road accident involving a motorcycle and a truck at Bere in Ibadan. According to his son, who was riding with him, the motorcycle lost balance while trying to avoid a truck approaching from behind, causing both riders to fall before the truck ran over the elderly man. The exact cause of the crash is yet to be confirmed, although eyewitnesses allege the truck may have suffered brake failure and appeared to be in poor mechanical condition. The truck driver reportedly fled the scene before emergency responders arrived. Officials of the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, the Nigeria Police Force, and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps responded to the incident and restored traffic after the crash caused heavy congestion. The truck has since been taken to the Mapo Police Division as investigations continue. The Federal Road Safety Corps has reiterated the need for stricter enforcement of traffic regulations and increased public awareness to reduce road crashes and traffic disruptions. This formed part of discussions on Dominion News program, The Agenda. A reporter, Damilola Daudu, who monitored the program, has the details.
The Chief Route Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Oyo State, Busayo Oluwashola Ebenezer, explained that human factors account for about 80 to 90% of road crashes, noting that many accidents are preventable when drivers observe basic safety measures. According to him, mechanical faults, environmental factors, and reckless driving behaviors such as speeding, drunk driving, and the use of mobile phones while driving often contribute to road accidents.
Yeah, we trying to sensitize our road users on a daily basis so that at least by the time they understand what they need to do, they will stop violating road traffic rules.
The Chief Route Commander further explained that one of the initiatives adopted by the Corps is the early morning cry, where officers visit motor parks as early as 6 a.m. to educate drivers and passengers on safety precautions before traveling. He revealed that the corps also conduct breathalyzers tests during patrols to detect drivers who may be under the influence of alcohol. Drivers found above the acceptable alcohol limits are prevented from continuing their journey to ensure the safety of other road users.
We tell them what they need to put in place in their vehicle, what they need to do early in the morning, how to prepare for their journey. And we talk about use of seat belts, use of phone while driving. So by the time I know they've had it all, and I believe by the time they see us on the road, they will understand that these are the things that they are not supposed to do.
Addressing concerns about commercial driving carrying 2 passengers in the front seat, he maintained that such practices violate the approved passenger capacity and offenders are penalized when apprehended. He further urged passengers to support enforcement efforts by reporting on safe driving practices, stressing that the road safety is a collective responsibility. Motorists have also been advised to obey traffic rules, avoid overloading, and ensure their vehicles are roadworthy in order to reduce crashes and promote safer roads. Damilola Daudu reporting for Dominion News.
On the foreign scene, Uganda's parliament has approved the deployment. All right, still taking the 12 p.m. news. On the foreign scene, Uganda's parliament has approved the deployment of troops to Gaza as part of a proposed international stabilization force aimed at securing the territory after the Israel-Hamas war. The motion presented by the defense minister marks Uganda's first public commitment to the mission proposed by U.S. President Donald Trump's Board of Peace. Morocco has also pledged troops for the force. Defense Minister Kiowa Kiwanuka told lawmakers that Uganda's experience in international peacekeeping operations, including deployment in Somalia, makes its military well suited for the mission. However, opposition lawmakers questioned the country's motivation and sought clarity on who would fund Uganda's participation. At least 7 people have been killed in a school shooting in Thailand after a 14-year-old boy allegedly shot his grandparents before opening fire on teachers at Debzirin School in Nonthaburi on the outskirts of Bangkok. Authorities confirmed that a suspected gunman is also dead. A student who witnessed the shooting said she saw a teacher being shot, while another said she and her friends climbed over the school fence to escape. Emergency responders rushed to the scene and urged the public to stay away from the area. Although the country has gun ownership restrictions, firearms remain relatively accessible, raising renewed concerns over school safety and gun control. Iran has disclosed that it is in the final stage of drafting an agreement with Oman on the Strait of Hormuz, raising hopes of easing tensions in the Middle East. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Bagher said a joint statement would be issued if the process is not obstructed. The proposed agreement is expected to depend on the United States lifting its blockade on Iranian ports. However, a U.S. official said any temporary shipping arrangement through the strait would not require approvals, tolls, or other restrictions. President Donald Trump declined to confirm whether a deal had been reached. Talking sports, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has unanimously reaffirmed its support for FIFA President Gianni Infantino, despite growing criticism of his leadership. The decision followed a meeting of CAF's executive committee, with the body praising Infantino's support for African football while also calling for greater transparency and good governance. The backing of CAF, which represents 54 of FIFA's 211 member associations, strengthens its position ahead of the FIFA presidential election in March, where he is seeking a fourth and final term. However, UEFA has maintained its threat to boycott FIFA tournament, saying it has lost confidence in its leadership, while South America's CONMEBOL criticized FIFA's unilateral decision-making. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast and X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television Ibadan. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun saying thank you for watching and good afternoon.